to our audio commentary coverage. This broadcast is not an official product of this competition.
1. Jordan Pickford. Number 2. Nathan Patterson. Number 6. And the captain, James Tarkowski. Number 15. Jake O'Brien. Number 16. Vitaly Mikolenko. Number 34. Merlin Röhl. Number 37. James Garner. Number 7. Dwight McNeil. Number 45. Harrison Armstrong. Number 18. Jack Grealish. And number 11. Tieno Barry. And on the substitutes bench for the Toffees tonight, number 39, Adam Asnow. Number 23, Seamus Coleman. Number 20, Tyler Dibbling. Number 9, Beto. Number 31, Tom King. Number 12, Mark Travers. Number 64, Reece Welch. And number 73, Elijah Campbell. So there are your starting lineups and substitutes bench for tonight's game. So just in terms of the as it stands table then, Aston Villa currently in third position, just behind second placed Manchester City on goal difference. So even a draw would see Villa move up to second position in the Premier League table after this game with 16 matches to go in the Premier League. But a win for Villa, of course, would also see them move up second and would move them up to 4 points of top of the league Arsenal. Now for Everton, they currently reside 12th position in the Premier League table. A win for Everton today would see them move up 2 places just inside the top half in 10th position. They're currently sandwiched in between Brighton and Hove Albion, just behind them on goal difference, and sit just 1 point ahead of Crystal Palace, who are certainly going through a very rough old time just at the moment. So it should be a very interesting game ahead of us then. So in Aston Villa's most recent game, that was a 2-1 victory in the third round of the FA Cup. Villa beating Tottenham Hotspur away from home there. But in their most recent Premier League game, Villa were held to a 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace, who well, whether they're in good or bad form, they always tend to be Villa's bogey side. So Villa probably did pretty well actually there to claim points against their bogey team. Villa's most recent Premier League win came in the game before that when they beat Nottingham Forest 3-1 at Villa Park. And of course Aston Villa have got an exceptional home record in all competitions within the last 2 to 3 years. Now in terms of Everton, in their most recent game, they lost on penalties to Sunderland at the Hill Dickinson Stadium in the third round of the FA Cup. That was after a 1-1 draw after extra time. Sunderland won 3-0 on penalties. In their most recent Premier League game, the Toffees were held to a 1-1 draw by bottom of the league Wolverhampton Wanderers. So for Everton's most recent Premier League victory, you've got to go back to the 30th of December, so their last game of 2025, where they defeated Nottingham Forest 2-0 away from home, thanks to goals from James Garner and Tieno Barry. So we're almost ready to get underway then. Of course, a big talking point ahead of today's game is, of course, Jack Grealish returning to Villa Park. Of course, played over 200 games for the Villains in all competitions before he then switched to Manchester City, and now of course he is on loan at Everton for this season. So Aston Villa in their claret and blue home strip, Everton in their away strip, kind of like a very pale yellow shirt with navy blue shorts. So Everton in their away strip, Villa in their claret and blue home, and it's Everton to get us underway as this match now kicks off here at a packed Villa Park. So Everton shooting from right to left as I see it, and Everton with a very early shot that cannons off the post. Goodness me, after about 15 seconds played, Röhl has ended up hitting the woodwork for Everton. It might have even not even been 15 seconds, barely over 10 seconds I think. A long ball pumped up the top, and he goes for goal so early on there, and Röhl ends up hitting the far post, and to Emi Martinez's relief, the ball just ends up heading back his way after coming back off the post. So an about as as early a wake-up call as you can get there in a match. So Everton almost taking the lead between 10 and 15 seconds played. We almost saw one of the quickest goals in the history of the Premier League there. Say that was between 10 and 15 seconds that Everton ended up hitting the woodwork, and it was through Merlin Röhl on loan from Bundesliga outfit Freiburg. Poked effort, just found enough space after that long ball pumped up the top. Took everyone by surprise, I think, taking on the shot early, and it came back off the post. So a very, very bright start then. Now Grealish, midway down the Villa half on the left of centre, passes the ball out wide. It comes in from the left flank, but it's claimed by Martinez inside his own 6-yard area. Not too bad a delivery there from Mikolenko on the left-hand side, but claimed well by the Argentinian World Cup winning goalkeeper. So just under 2 minutes played now then. And of course, well, the big talking point so far, Everton hitting the post after around 10 to 15 seconds played. Merlin Röhl with that effort there. And, well, that's certainly, if they weren't awake already, that has certainly woken everyone up in the Villa Park crowd. So, Villa now playing it out from back. Konsa to Martinez. Now back to Konsa, the England international. And, yeah. Now to Cash, just on this right-hand side, midway down Everton's half. Bogart. Now Constant inside the centre circle. Villa certainly with most of the possession so far in this game. Back to Bogart. Oh, and McGinn just losing the ball, but Villa have actually won a free kick. Garner just with a shove there on McGinn in order to win the ball. And so it's going to be a free kick to Villa in the 7th minute of the game. Tielemans just over the ball at the moment here, but there is another Villa player just behind him as Villa look to secure an early lead here. And just a reminder, if Villa win or indeed draw, they will move up to 2nd position in the Premier League table after Manchester City lost 2-0 to Manchester United yesterday. And of course, top of the league, Arsenal also dropped points yesterday after a 0-0 draw away at Nottingham Forest. So Villa, with a win, could move to within 4 points of the league leaders as Rodgers just takes the ball into the 18-yard area here. Goes past one player, but then the second Everton defender just clears the ball away in the nick of time there. So Rodgers, twice he's got into very good positions there. It was a good challenge just in the end there from Röhl. Just put Rodgers off balance. So it's going to be a long throw. Cash throws the ball in. Grealish now looking to play the ball out here for Everton. And is clearly being pulled there by Cash. And it's going to be a free kick to the visitors. Well inside their own half. Now, well, quite rarely these days, this is only the second of 2 matches on a Sunday in the Premier League. So the match that took place earlier on today in the Premier League produced no goals. It finished 0-0 between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Newcastle United at Molineux Stadium. We're still looking for our first Premier League goal of the day. Now it's a bit of a high boot there by Armstrong. Could see a card come out because Armstrong just caught Cash there. Did he actually make any contact? The boot was certainly high. I'm just not too sure how much contact was made. He just was able to pull out just at the last minute there. So I think because of that, he's just managed to escape a booking. There's no contact was actually made, but it was still a free kick to the host. Now Bogart inside Villa's half, about 10 yards behind the halfway line. Cash, Konsa, all the way back to Martinez. Now Torres, Maatsen, Tielemans. Nice passing play here from Villa. Buendia, Konsa back in the centre of Villa's defence. England international looks up. Just a quick 1-2 with Tielemans. Tielemans again. Now McGinn. Quick short passes here from Villa. Now a long ball attempted to find Watkins up top, but just had too much purchase on it, and the ball will run out to Pickford. Pickford throws out short then. Now with O'Brien. Well, that's a poor ball though from O'Brien. Goes nowhere near one of his teammates. Tielemans 30 yards out for Villa. Looking for his best option. Finds Cash on the right hand side. Not the best of passes from Cash as he attempted to give possession back to Tielemans, but Villa have still won a throw. Cash takes quickly to Bogard inside Everton's half. Konsa, 10 minutes gone, 0-0. Still Konsa to Bogard. Good pressing from Everton's forward line. Bogard back to Konsa. Keeping possession. They've held possession well so far in this game. They've just not been able to unpick Everton's defence at the moment. But now Watkins just on the edge of the area, trying to find space to get a shot in. The ball finds its way back to Tielemans. Now McGinn, plenty of pressure here from Villa. They've got plenty of territory as well. Cash on the right wing. Bogart. McGinn, again, very nice quick short passing here from Villa. Very much keeping the Everton side on their toes. Now Rodgers through the middle, looking to play in Buendia, but Buendia just slightly off balance. The Villa have won the ball back. Matson will go for goal and it's on target, but straight at Jordan Pickford. And that's a comfortable save there for the England international. I think he was definitely there to be hit. Could quite easily have taken a deflection off Tarkowski on the way, so I mean, there was potential for the ball to go anywhere after that. But in the end, a comfortable save for Pickford. And Villa so far in that opening 10 minutes have had 76% possession of the ball to Everton's 24, but Villa just with 2 attempts, and Everton of course with the 1 attempt, but that's hit the woodwork after around about 15 seconds played. Grealish just unable to keep the ball in. Well, it's come off a Villa player last, so it'll be a throw to the visitors. Just came off McGinn last. It's going to be Mikolenko to take the throw for Everton. Just a reminder of the subs, by the way, for both sides. So on the bench for Villa tonight, Bizot, Dean, Garcia, Hemmings, Jimo Alaba, Mings, Lindelof, Gesson and Wright. And on the bench for Everton today, Asnu, Coleman, Dibling, Beto, King, Travers, Welch and Campbell. 13 minutes gone then. Konsa to Bogard. Back to Konsa, now takes the ball just out of the Villa back line. Pressing though from Everton's forward line. Konsa keeps hold of the ball before eventually going down. Foul committed there by Röhl. Likes to go quite... I've got Röhl down here as playing just sort of behind McNeil, just behind the 3 midfielders, attacking midfielders up top, but he certainly likes to get forward. Now possession is back to Martinez, just takes the ball out of the D, then goes long. Ball drifts towards the right hand side. McGinn looks to chase it down. In the end, O'Brien knocks the ball back to Pickford, and Pickford just in front of the corner flag there. So a long way out of his goal, plays the ball out. Ball lands in Villa's half, just. That's a keen challenge that's coming there from Cash, but it's firm but fair. But now Everton regain possession themselves. Mikolenko to O'Brien, Garner, Pickford. Now Everton's turn just to have some short quick passes themselves here. Grealish coming under pressure from McGinn, and now Rodgers. And McGinn closes him down well. But he can't stop conceding a throw-in to Everton. I think Grealish just indicating that he needed a bit more support in that defensive area for the Toffees. And McGinn has actually just pulled up here and has just sat down on the turf. So this is a bit of a worrying sign for Unai Emery's side, and about 3 Villa players have gone over to McGinn to ascertain just how serious this might be. So there's a possibility here that John McGinn, Villa skipper, Scotland international, might possibly have to come off. So we've just played only a quarter of an hour. McGinn, I think, just holding his left knee. didn't seem to come from a collision or a challenge or anything like that. Just seems fairly innocuous. So I don't know if he's just pulled something or we'll have to see a replay. But still got a couple of Villa players. In fact, Everton's Jack Grealish has just been speaking to McGinn as well. So it remains to be seen here if McGinn can continue for Villa. Just a reminder of the subs that Villa have on offer. So they're Bizot, Dean, Garcia, Hemmings, Dimo Alaba, Mings, Lindelof, Gesson and Wright. I'm going to have a look here, just see exactly how that came about then. First replay I've seen on my monitor here. It just seemed fairly innocuous there. Just actually seeing now a replay on my monitor of Röhl almost scoring so early on. And it would have been one of the quickest goals ever scored in Premier League history if it had gone in and not come back off the post. So just a reminder, while McGinn is being treated, we had one Premier League, just the one, very rare for a Sunday these days, just one Premier League game take place earlier on today, and that ended as a goalless draw between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Newcastle United at Molineux Stadium. And, well, it doesn't look good for John McGinn. Looks like he is going to have to come off here. He's now trudged off the field. And it looks like he is going to have to be replaced. It looks like number 29, Evan Gesson, who's back from AFCON duty, representing the Ivory Coast in the AFCON, which draws to a conclusion, by the way, tonight. The final there between host nation Morocco and Senegal. That kicks off at 7 PM UK time, and Flash Score will also be providing live audio commentary for that game as well. But looks as if it's going to be Evan Gesson then to come on for John McGinn. Looks as if the Ivorian international will come on whenever the ball next goes out of play. So big blow then early on for Villa as John McGinn looks as if he's going to play no further part in this game, and Unai Emery will certainly be hoping, and of course every Villa fan hoping that it's not too serious an injury that McGinn has picked up. So game follows on here, just resumes while Villa wait to make the substitution. Just with Martinez at the moment, taking a long time here. Making Everton wait before finally distributing the ball long. Looking to play the ball up to Watkins, but it's just run into Tarkowski there. And it's going to be a free kick for Everton, and this should allow Gesson to come on. Gets a pat on the back there from Unai Emery, and Gesson now officially replaces McGinn, and McGinn walking out of the tunnel here to a big reception from the Villa faithful. So that's a big blow for Villa. So the Villa skipper off with an early injury, and so he's replaced then by Evan Gesson. Let's see what impact the Ivorian international can have on this game. Long ball up top by Everton, should be dealt with by Villa. Not very well though. Cash was looking to head the ball back to Martinez. Not the best of headers back though. Martinez can't hold on to the ball. The ball will run over the byline, so a very cheap corner to give away there to Everton. And now the visitors have got a corner kick, their first corner of the game. In fact, it's first corner for either side in the match, so 19 minutes gone. First corner then going to be for Everton from their left-hand side. And what can the Toffees do here on the set piece? So just under 20 minutes played. Over to the far post, bit of pinball before Ian Matson absolutely boots the ball as hard as possible straight down the other end. And it just allows Villa to move back into regular positions here. Ball distributed long by Pickford. Cash with a little bit of a pull there on Garner, but no foul given. And now Villa will look to counter here. Bit of an aimless ball though, down Villa's right hand side from Buendia. There'll be a throw for Mikolenko to take. Just a reminder, by the way, of the match officials. I don't think I actually covered that before the game itself started. So the referee for tonight's game is Tony Harrington. The assistant referees are Shan Massielis and Stephen Meredith. And the fourth official is Farai Hallam. And I'm sure you'll be delighted to know that VAR is present at this game. The video assistant referee is Paul Howard. And the assistant VAR official tonight is Stuart Atwell. Back on the pitch though here at Villa Park. Drifted ball there from the right wing, and it's easy for Martinez to claim. So Martinez now just rolls the ball out short here to Torres, back to the goalkeeper. Just past the 20th minute now. And still the best chance of the game fell within the very first minutes when Merlin Röhl almost gave the visitors the lead after what could only have been within 10 and 15 seconds played. Now Villa looking to play the ball through the middle, not the best of balls back though from Buendia. Garner might just go for goal, opts not to in the end, plays the ball to the right hand side of the 18-yard box, and Everton have won a corner. The ball came off Bogard last, it was a good block there, and Everton have now got a corner from the right wing this time, their second corner of the game. And Everton just finding a bit of a footing now. They've not really seen too much of the ball. They are just beginning to work their way back into this match here, while the scoreline remains goalless here. So plenty of defending now for Villa to do, as Everton just begin to amp up the pressure just a little bit here. So corner comes in swinger from the right hand side, aimed at the far post, and it comes off Grealish. I'm not sure if it ended up hitting the post there or was blocked by a player at the near post. It was Grealish though with the effort. It came back out from someone there or something. Not just sure who it was, but Everton still on the attack. Röhl looking to get ahead of his man, but Torres is there in the right position and he's able to mop up the mess there at the back. Ball comes off an Everton player last, and it'll be a throw to Villa. Let's have a look then at the replay. Grealish with the effort. Oh, it is blocked, so it doesn't actually come back off the post. Still hard to tell who it actually came off there, but a very important block from a Villa player. Now Villa look to play the ball out of defence. Conster to Bogard. Bogard goes down expecting a foul. Nothing given by the referee. And Villa have to work very hard there to again mop up the mess at the back. And having to play the ball very, very quickly here, but they do so very well indeed. Buendia looking to get ahead of his man for Villa. Big tussle there between him and McNeil. And now we've got a yellow card here, and that's been shown to the Everton 7, Dwight McNeil. Have a look exactly how that came about. So there was definitely a shirt pull at first. And yeah, it just looks as if it's a booking then for the attempted shirt pull to try and stop the attack. So the yellow card there for cynical play more than anything for McNeil. And that's the first booking of the game as the opening quarter of the match comes to a close. And we're now past the midway point of this first half. So still goalless then between Villa and Everton. Villa just playing the ball back to Torres. So the major flashpoints of this game so far. Everton coming very close to taking the lead within the first minute through Merlin Röhl. His effort coming back off the post, and then John McGinn, the Villa skipper, has already had to go off injured, and he's been replaced by Evan Gesson. Matson just trying to go down the left-hand side, almost up to the way to the byline, but his attempted delivery gets charged down, and that will go out for a corner kick. A goal kick for Jordan Pickford to take, who's I think he's had a save to make. Yeah, we'll just try and get the latest stats up for you on this game. It's just bubbling away nicely. I think it's just needs a goal for this match to properly kick into life here. Just in terms of the match stats so far, Villa with 2 shots, 1 on target. Everton with 3 shots, but none on target. Just in terms of XG, Villa with 0.14 and Everton with 0.27 so far. The challenge just coming in there from Geston, the substitute. Now Villa will play the ball out from the back inside their own half. Torres just passes short to his left-hand side to Matson. Now to Garner, just in the centre of midfield. Patterson, being forced back by Buendia. Tarkowski to O'Brien in the centre of Everton's defence, just over the halfway line now. Finds Grealish. It's been pent back by Cash. O'Brien back to Pickford. Tarkowski. Now Garner's got plenty of space to run into here, Garner, and quite a bit of time as well. Opts to go with Armstrong on this left-hand side. Now Garner. It's the 26th minute now. Still Aston Villa 0, Everton 0. Now O'Brien all the way back to Pickford again, who's that was the right call. Maatsen to the left-hand side here. Now with Tielemans. Maatsen back to Yuri Tielemans. Just on this left of centre, about 35 yards away from the goal line. Now Rodgers supporting Maatsen. Back to Rodgers again. Again, good short passing here from Villa. A reminder that just a point will see them move up into second position in the Premier League, ahead of Manchester City, who of course lost yesterday in the Manchester derby. And a win for Villa would see them close the gap on league leaders Arsenal to 4 points. Gesson on this right hand side for the Villains. Now Cash is bringing the ball into the centre of play, about 5 yards over the halfway line into Everton's half. Tielemans just linking up well with Concert. Again, just within the last few minutes, Villa really dominating possession again. That's not the best attempt at a through ball down the middle. Now Everton can go on the counter here. Now with Grealish on this left of centre, about 20 yards out. It might go for goal here. Grealish, and it's deflected. It's a big deflection. And who's it come off last here? And it's come off the Everton player last. And Matty Cash just trying to G up the home support here. It's been hard fought. Villa, whilst they've had a lot of the ball, they've not really been able to create much chances. Everton definitely, their best method here of trying to get 3 points is to hit Villa on the counter. That's what they're trying so far in the game. So it's a goal kick then. Martinez takes to Torres. Now into the 28th minute here, so we'll look for our first goal of this second and last Premier League game of the day. Just a reminder that the Africa Cup of Nations final takes place later tonight. That kicks off at 7 PM UK time. It's between host nation Morocco, who are looking to end their 50-year wait for an AFCON title. And they're up against Senegal in what should be a very interesting final indeed. And there will be live audio commentary for that game for Flash Score as well, if you want to tune into that one. Should be a good game, a good final between, I would say, definitely the two best sides so far in that competition. Back here though at Villa Park, going to be a goal kick for Villa just before the half-hour mark. Now to Torres, just takes his time here. Now taking the ball up into midfield. Maatsen back to Martinez. Again, Villa just taking their time, just slowing the tempo of the match just a little bit here. With Concert. Back to Martinez. Martinez, again, just taking his time. Tempo has just really dropped just within the last couple of minutes here. Concert. Just looking to play the ball past Armstrong. Now to Torres. Now Villa looking to counter quickly, but a loose ball goes awry. Everton looking to make the most of it, but not able to do so. Barry just kind of running into a Villa wall there, a claret and blue wall, and not able to get any further. It's back in possession with Martinez again. Just a reminder that there is a Premier League game tomorrow night. And of course Flash Score will provide audio live commentary of that one as well. So at 8 PM UK time it's Brighton and Hove Albion against AFC Bournemouth. Now Villa on the counter here. Matty Cash bringing the ball in from the right-hand side into the right of centre, just on his left foot. Passes the ball square to Bogard. Rodgers can't keep the ball. He stayed down, actually. Loose ball ran out to the Villa defence with Conte, but Rodgers has now picked himself back up. Looks to be okay. Villa still in possession. Buendia on this left-hand side. Maatsen. Now Tielemans. Tielemans playing through ball in the middle. It's a chance here for Gesson, but he can't get proper conviction on his effort there. And it will be a shot on target, but albeit a weak shot on target, that is very easy for Pickford to deal with. It was good, nice approach though. It was a good run from Gesson. Just couldn't properly get the ball out from under his feet, and in the end the ball just very slowly ended up in the hands of Pickford. And now it's going to be a goal kick for Villa. Jack Grealish is adamant that it should be a corner for the visitors, but he's not got his way there. So just after the half-hour mark, still looking for our first goal of this game. Still Villa 0, Everton 0. Just a reminder that Villa have already made one substitution so far in this game. And that was Evan Gesson coming on for an injured John McGinn. So I think that means, I'm pretty sure Esri Konsa will now have the captain's armband for Villa. And that McGinn has gone off. Long distribution from Martinez. Pretty poor though. Just goes out. Just over the halfway line. It'll be a throw for Everton as we move into the 32nd minute of the game. Just waiting for the release of the throw here. Now it comes in here, and Everton just looking to go down this right-hand side. Barry just on the ball. Plays it back now to McNeil. That's a good turn there. Everton have an opportunity here, 20 yards out. Just plays the ball into Mikolenko and shoots there, and it's a tip over the bar from Martinez. And he needed to get a touch on that. That was a decent effort there from the fullback. Found himself in good space after being set up by Röhl. Went for it left-footed, just over 20 yards out. And Martinez was there to tip the ball over the bar, and it was heading in. That'll be a shot on target. And so it's going to be a corner then for Everton. Corner on the left-hand side here. Looks as if it's going to be taken by Garner. So taken short, back to Garner. Garner pinpoints the ball in here, and it's 1-0. Everton take the lead here. And the flag's up. The flag's up. It's immediately ruled out for an offside, or I think it's an offside, if not a foul somewhere in the build-up. But it was O'Brien that got the final touch. So let's see exactly what that was ruled out for then. It was a very good delivery from Garner, and yeah, it's offside as the ball is played in. And yeah, it was O'Brien that got the last touch, but it's correctly ruled out for offside, so I very much doubt VAR is going to double check that. It looks as if they are going to, though. The VAR are just checking this. I think the main sort of stumbling block is here. The player that is offside, I don't think that is actually O'Brien. It's Armstrong that I think is offside. So I think the question is whether Armstrong is sort of, is influencing how the play unfolds because of the position that he's in. So that's why VAR are actually now checking this in quite a lot of detail here. So just to clarify then, Everton did have the ball in the back of the net. It was instantly ruled out by the assistant referee. It was O'Brien that got the last touch. And it looks as if it was Armstrong that was actually offside, but he was right in front of O'Brien. And so you probably think, influencing how the play unfolds. And it is now officially ruled out, so the goal definitely does not stand. That has to be treated as a warning sign there for Villa. So of course Everton hit the woodwork within the opening minute. They've now had the ball in the back of the net later on in the first half, but it was ruled out for offside. So another warning sign here for Villa in what has been a hard-fought game so far. So just to confirm then, O'Brien did have the ball in the back of the net for Everton, but it has been ruled out. And VAR agrees with the referee's, well, rather the assistant referee's initial decision, and the goal definitely does not stand. Now Villa on the counter here. The ball played in from the 18-yard line, comes back to Morgan Rogers, who goes for goal, but it ends up being deflected just over the bar there. And Villa almost taking the lead only about 90 seconds after Everton had a goal ruled out. Great work from Maatsen, played the ball back in, and Rogers, it was on target. It was O'Brien who thought he'd scored about 2 minutes ago. It was O'Brien that made a crucial block there to deny Morgan Rogers from giving the Villa the lead. So it's going to be Villa's first corner of the game. In from the left-hand side. Now with Rogers, 25 yards out, he goes for goal, and it's palmed away by Pickford. Morgan Rogers there coming close for the second time in just under a minute, and the danger's still not over as the delivery comes in from the left-hand side. It's punched away by Pickford. Back to Maatsen on the left-hand side. Another delivery here, and now all of a sudden Everton's defence having to work overtime. Villa now back in possession again on this left wing. Buendia receives the ball from Maatsen. Now Tielemans, as we now move into the 37th minute of this game here at Villa Park, final Premier League match of the day. Back onto the left-hand side again. That's where Villa are finding a lot of joy right now. Buendia tries to get the ball in. It takes a deflection, and that rises up nicely for Pickford to claim. That was interesting, though. I think that was tactically, that was what Villa were planning to do there. It was interesting. As Villa won the corner, Morgan Rogers rushed off to get a drink. But it meant that obviously he wasn't being marked. And then just as the corner was about to be taken, Morgan Rogers then ran towards the penalty area where he was completely free, and it allowed him pretty much a free shot to have from 25 yards. So I think that's actually been something they've been working on there, because it just allowed Rogers to get into a great position completely unchallenged. That'd be something for Everton to keep their eyes on if Villa, whenever Villa get their next corner. We're now into the 38th minute of the game, and this game just opening up nicely. So Everton had a goal ruled out for offside. Jake O'Brien 40'd giving the visitors the lead, and then 90 seconds later Morgan Rogers with two good opportunities. One with a great block from O'Brien to deny the England international, and then a minute after that Morgan Rogers having an effort palmed away well by fellow England international Jordan Pickford. Now Villa back in possession here. Just losing the ball though to Garner. Garner lofts the ball up top here, and Torres struggling to deal with Armstrong. Armstrong keeps the ball just on the left-hand side of the 18-yard area. Torres has just got to be careful. Armstrong does well to keep the ball. Now passes back to Grealish. Grealish to Garner. Now back to Armstrong. Garner on Everton's left-hand side. Grealish. Back to Garner. Gesson just pressing him there. Garner. Now back to Grealish on the left-hand side. He's got a little bit of space to work into here at the stadium he knows oh so well. Tries a little ball there through the middle, trying to find the ball into the 6-yard area. The Villa defence were able to clear the ball away, but Everton now back in possession on this left-hand side. Back to Jake O'Brien. McNeil. Garner. McNeil again. O'Brien. And Everton just forced to go quite a way back inside their own half now. Good pressing there from Villa. Got the feeling this first goal going to be absolutely crucial here in this game. It's very hard fought, very close. It's on the knife edge at the moment here as Patterson looks to go down Everton's right wing. It comes off the Villa player last, and it'll be a throw-in for the Toffees today as we now move into the 40th minute. It's going to be taken by O'Brien, about 15 yards away from the corner flag. as Everton look to unlock this Villa defence. They've come very close on a couple of occasions, hit the woodwork. They've had a goal ruled out for offside. As it stands, surely David Moyes will be the happier of the two managers so far. The throw-in comes to nothing though, takes a deflection before just heading its way into the gloves of Martinez. Martinez distributes the ball quickly. Gesson just on this right-hand side manages to win Villa a throw. Good interception by Rill in Everton's midfield. Cash will take the throw then to Konsa. Taking his time here. 5 minutes to go then before we find out how much stoppage time there will be in this game. In terms of the match stats, Villa with 5 shots, 3 on target. Everton 5 shots, 1 on target. Villa now with an XG of 0.81. Everton with 0.33. And overall Villa with 63% possession to Everton's 37. As now Villa go on the counter here. Buendia on this left-hand side. Now towards the edge of the 18-yard box, but plenty of Everton players around him. Tielemans plays the ball into the far post. Gesson! Oh, and it's off the bar! It's off the bar. Evan Gesson almost edging Villa in front there. A looping header sailed over the outstretched hand there of Pickford and comes back off the bar. Villa still on the attack, and Maatsen with a left wing delivery. It's closed down and it'll be a corner then to Villa. There's a great cross in there from Tielemans in a central position, aimed at the far post. Gesson got his hand. In fact, Pickford doesn't actually stretch out either arm there. I think he thinks it's going over. And I thought he might have just felt he's not getting anywhere near that, but the ball comes back off the bar. And so the danger's still not over yet, though, for Everton's defence. So it's going to be Matty Cash to take the corner for Villa on this left-hand side. In swinger, punched away by Pickford, and a bit of a... Pickford just running into his own player there in order to claw the ball away from danger. Having a bit of a laugh there with Patterson, as he just runs into his own teammate in order to just punch the ball out of play. So again, this game just really bubbling away nicely. We just need a goal to properly kickstart this game here into life. 3 minutes to go. Pickford just strained himself a little bit there. Now having a bit of a laugh with Ollie Watkins, but it'll be fine to continue. So another corner for Villa. Cash to take on this left-hand side. Comes off Torres. Then Everton's defence just play the ball anywhere they can. Villa back in possession. Floated delivery to the right of centre. Chested down by Tielemans. Now to Bogard. Villa ending this first half strongly here, and certainly with plenty of momentum. Rodgers is out. Oh dear, that was a terrible ball there from Maatsen. I don't know what he was doing there. And Villa give the ball away so cheaply, and that's a bit of a godsend of a throw-in for Everton, because they were coming under a lot of pressure in those last few minutes, and Villa just give the ball away without any pressure on them. There's a strange one there from Maatsen. So Villa coming close then to taking the lead. And it's Gesson, the substitute, his looping header coming back off the bar that has presented Villa's best opportunity so far. So both teams have hit the woodwork then. Now it's Everton on the counter. Grealish inside the 18-yard area goes for goal, blocked off Cash. And that will now be a corner for the visitors. I think Grealish just laughing there at something the referee said to him. Not too sure what was said there. But it's going to be corner for the Toffees. Looks if it's going to be taken by Garner on this left-hand side. Plenty of bodies inside the 6-yard box. It's been a pretty eventful first half then. We're just missing a goal. Both teams have certainly had opportunities. They've both hit the woodwork. Now the referee has just caused a pause to proceedings. Looks as if Tarkowski went down in a bit of a tussle there with Torres. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, Torres sort of brushing the hand across the face of Tarkowski. Tarkowski goes down. He's obviously not hurt. So a bit more pushing and shoving here between both players. So we're still waiting for the corner to actually come in. Just want to keep an eye on, though, that tussle between Torres and Tarkowski. The ball is now played into Mikolenko, but it's a poor delivery there from the fullback. And he does well to chase the ball back for Everton and keeps possession for the visitors. They look to find some space here. It's Tarkowski on this right wing. Not the most natural of positions for him to be in. Tries to get the right wing delivery in. Charged down by Buendia. We're going to have 3 minutes then of stoppage time before we reach the interval. Still time for one of these sides to grab a late first half goal. And it's going to be O'Brien to take for Everton. We just await the release here. Dries the ball. It's very wet here at Villa Park. It's really not great weather conditions at all. Pretty cold as well. Long throw comes in then. Villa's defence initially deal with it before Gaston then blasts the ball away down the middle. Now Villa will look to counter down the middle. I think they were looking to play a long ball in for Watkins. Then Rodgers looks to close down the Everton defence. Rodgers really making life very, very awkward here for O'Brien. Then O'Brien goes down from a little shove there by Rodgers, and Everton get the free kick in a very defensive position. So just under 2 minutes to go then of stoppage time before we reach the interval. I'll just be interested to see if it does remain 0-0 as to whether any substitutions will be made at half time. But I would imagine at the moment David Moyes will be the happier of the managers so far. Still a long way to go. So goal kick taken very long here from Pickford. Absolutely no one around him. Ball goes straight out of play. Down Everton's right hand side. Will be a throw in for Villa on their left wing. Taken quickly by Ian Matson to Torres. Just over a minute to go then before we reach the interval. We're still looking for our first goal here. Torres to Concert, just behind the halfway line. Long delivery by the England international, looking to play in Matty Cash. Just a bit of a heavy first touch there. Can't keep the ball in play. And that will now be the goal kick for Pickford to take. And running out of time here, if we're going to get a late first half goal before the break. Pickford just taking his time before he releases the ball here, as the rain continues to pour down at Villa Park in Birmingham. Villa with 6 shots and 3 on target, and Everton with 6 shots and 1 on target so far in this first half. So goal kick taken long again then by Pickford, just over the halfway line. Ball will run out of play right into the dugout area. Just came off Tielemans last, and there goes the half-time whistle then. So whilst it's goalless, it has still certainly been eventful. We've seen the woodwork hit by both teams. We've also seen John McGinn have to come off with an injury, and he's been replaced by Evan Gaston, and he was the Villa player that managed to hit the woodwork with a looping header, but ultimately still no goals yet. So we will be back just before the start of the second half, but we'll now just take a 10 to 12 minute break before we resume proceedings here. But at half time here at Villa Park in the Premier League, it's Aston Villa 0, of tonight's Premier League game at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Everton, where it's still goalless. It's still Aston Villa 0, Everton 0. So if you missed our first half coverage, the main flashpoints were Everton hitting woodwork after only around about 10 to 15 seconds played. That was Merlin Röhl who managed to poke an effort in so early on in the game, came back off the woodwork there. Villa also hit the woodwork though towards the latter stages of the first half. Substitute Substitute Evan Gesson hitting the bar with a looping header. Gesson came on for an injured John McGinn earlier on in the first half. So we're still looking for our first goal of the game. In fact, we're still looking for our first Premier League goal of the day, as the only other game today in the Premier League has already ended as a goalless draw. That was between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Newcastle United at Molineux Stadium. So that ended goalless. Will this one go the same way? We'll find out in under an hour's time. So the second half is now underway here. Villa in their claret and blue home strip, Everton in their away strip in kind of like the very, very light yellow, kind of like almost cream shirts there, and navy blue shorts. And Villa will now shoot from right to left as I see it, and Everton shooting from left to right. So Villa have got us underway here, and it doesn't look to be any substitutions from either Unai Emery or David Moyes at the interval. So still the only sub so far has been Evan Gesson coming on for the injured John McGinn. That was back in the 18th minute, and the only booking so far in this match has gone to the Everton number 7, Dwight McNeil. He picked up a yellow for just more of a cynical challenge more than anything for a shirt pull, which prevented a Villa counter-attack from taking place. Now Villa just winning a free kick just inside Everton's own half, and now a yellow card has come out after only a minute then of the second half. Who was it that came in with the challenge? It was the Everton 37 there, James Garner. Garner with a trip there on Emiliano Buendia. I think that's the right call there from the referee. Referee, by the way, for today's game is Tony Harrington. So Garner has picked up the second yellow of the game, and it's Everton's second yellow as well. So it's going to be a free kick then to Villa, about 10 yards over the halfway line into Everton's half. Looks as if it's going to be Tielemans to take. So Tielemans will just take it short in the end. It's a Cash, but for waste there. Delivery down the right hand side, takes a big deflection. And yeah, that really is a waste for Villa, because then the assistant referee's flag went up for offside, I think against Morgan Rogers. So not the best of set pieces there for Villa. And Everton can just take a free kick well inside their own half then. So we'll just quickly run through the 11 on the pitch for both sides then. So for Villa, just very quickly, Martinez, Cash, Konsa, Torres, Maatsen, Bogard, Tielemans. Well, it was McGinn, but then he was replaced by Evan Gesson, Rogers, Buendia and Watkins. Playing now for Everton, Pickford, Patterson, captain Tarkowski, O'Brien, Mikolenko, Röhl, Garner, McNeil, Armstrong, Grealish and Barry. Villa back in possession, just with Bogard. And he was about to be dispossessed there, but Grealish with a shove into it, and it's being given as a foul. Grealish has a bit of a chuckle at the referee there. Don't think he agreed with the man in the middle's decision. There's a free kick to be taken short and quick by Villa. All the way back to Martinez, who's only really had one save to make so far. Passes out to Lamar Bogard. Now Konsa. Martinez. It's Torres. Just a reminder of the subs on offer then for Villa. We've got 4 more subs that they can make. But we'll come back to that later. Maatsen. Now to Buendia. Buendia goes down. Referee says no foul. But Villa looking to dispossess here. It's getting very, very scrappy between both sides. But in the end, it's going to be a free kick that goes to Everton. Morgan Rogers pleading his case there for Villa, because he is absolutely insistent that Buendia was fouled just before that, but nothing given. It was a challenge that came in, quite a strong one there from Nathan Patterson, but nothing given, and then Patterson adjudged to have been fouled by Morgan Rogers. Now Villa have dispossessed Everton quickly though, in midfield. Ball played into Buendia. Now Ollie Watkins brings the ball up to the edge of the 18-yard area. He goes for a shot, but it's blocked immediately by the Everton defence. The ball falls back into the path of Maatsen. Now Tielemans, Bogard. Villa with plenty of players in attacking positions here. And it's Tielemans with the header, but it sails wide. Should have done better, really. Managed to get into a good area, had enough space, was unmarked. And the header not even hitting the target there. Should really have done a lot better, I think. Needed to at least force Pickford into action. It's a bit of a wasted opportunity for Villa. We'll just run through the substitutes then that are still available for Villa and Everton. So for Villa, on the bench is Bizot, Dean, Garcia, Hemmings, Jimo Alaba, Mings, Lindelof and Wright. And on the bench for Everton still Asnu, Coleman, Dibling, Beto, King, Travers, Welch and Campbell. Free kick for Everton after a shove there from Maatsen. So free kick for Everton inside their own half here. Well inside their own half as we're now 6 minutes gone after the interval. Still awaiting not just the first goal of this match, but the first goal of the Premier League today. Quite rare that on a Sunday these days that there's only been 2 Premier League games. Just a reminder, there is a Premier League game tomorrow night, which will also be covered by Flash Score. That's between Brighton and Hove Albion and AFC Bournemouth, which kicks off at 8 PM UK time. Just a reminder as well that later on tonight, kicking off at 7 PM UK time, this is tonight. In fact, we'll go to that later. Rodgers just on the counter here for Villa. Oh, but he just slips about 25 yards out, just as it looked like he might pull the trigger. But Villa have now reclaimed possession. Cash just inside the 18-yard box here. Played the ball into Watkins. The ball comes off an Everton player last, and it'll be a throw for Villa. Just on this right-hand side. Yeah, just as Rodgers was, I think he was about to pull the trigger there. He just slipped at the vital point. Villa still in a decent position. Very slippy, by the way, because still pouring it down with rain here at Villa Park. Villa still with possession. Oh, that's a poor ball, though, in the end. But very heavy first touch there from the Everton midfield through Röhl. But now Villa can reclaim possession in the centre of play. Maatsen just down this left-hand side. He needs support, though. Maatsen looking for what options he has. And Tielemans was half asleep there, and it just allowed the man-on advantage there for Everton. To Barry, glancing header from Barry. Now to Armstrong. Grealish on this left-hand side for the Toffees. Slips the ball up to Armstrong on this left-hand side. Now they've got space here. 30 yards out. Oh, dearie me. That's a ball that's gone a long, long way wide over the bar there from Garner. Best of shots there from the midfielder. Just a reminder that kicking off at 7 PM tonight is the final of the Africa Cup of Nations, and Flash Score will be providing live audio commentary coverage of that as well. That's between host nation Morocco and Senegal. Morocco looking to end 50 years of hurt. It's been 50 years since the one and only time they last won the AFCON title. And they're up against Senegal, and it's the 2 highest ranked African teams in the world competing in that final. So should be a very intriguing contest there. Back here though at Villa Park, Villa now just playing the ball out from the back here. Ball out to Maatsen on this left-hand side. Goes over the halfway line. He's got plenty of space to work into here. Square pass finds Buendia. Again, got plenty of options. Everton just sitting back a little bit here. Maybe a little bit too much to David Moyes' liking. Tielemans now back to Torres. Bogart keeps the ball for Villa. To Watkins. Links up nicely with Maatsen, but Watkins tries to play the ball into the 6-yard area from the left-hand side, but the ball just goes straight through to Pickford. It's kind of just a case of both teams just cancelling each other out at the moment. Big game, though, this for Villa, if they could grab a win, because, of course, Arsenal dropped points yesterday. They drew 0-0 away at Nottingham Forest. Of course, Manchester City dropped points yesterday after losing in the Manchester derby at Old Trafford. So if it was to stay 0-0, Villa would still move up into second position and would be 1 point clear of Man City and still 6 points behind league leaders Arsenal. So 10 minutes gone then of this second half. Concert, Buendia with a through ball, looking to play in Evan Gesson. That's good defending there from Jake O'Brien clears his lines well. It's one of the best pieces of defending we've seen in this game so far. It's going to be a throw then to Villa. Big game for Gesson as well. Back from AFCON duty where he played for the Ivory Coast. His time at Villa hasn't really taken off yet. I think it's fair to say. Now Villa looking to claim possession in midfield. It's going to be a free kick for Everton. Grealish goes down and stays down. I think it was Bogard that came in with the challenge. It was late and has been shown a yellow card. So that's Villa's first booking of the game. And it's gone to the number 26, Lamar Bogard. Let's have a look here. Yeah, just into the back there of Grealish. Sends him down. And that's Villa's first booking of the game and the third booking of the game overall. So that's Bogard with the caution. So Everton still haven't brought on any subs so far. Villa with just the one, the enforced one that they needed to do very early on after only about 18 minutes played when McGinn went off injured and he was replaced by Gesson. So Villa have 4 more subs that they can make. Into the 57th minute now. Long ball distributed by Pickford. Barry gets ahead on the end of it there. And Everton have just been able to keep the ball, but then it runs loose from Armstrong. And now Villa will go in the counter themselves here. And it's Rodgers doing what he does best. Powerful run down the middle. He's still got the ball. He's gone down. The referee says no foul. Much to Rodgers' disappointment there. Laughs and smiles wryly, but he's going to get back up because Everton are straight down the other end here on their counter. Now the referee has given a free kick and it's gone to Everton for a foul that's gone in on Grealish. I think I've lost count of the amount of times Grealish has been fouled in this game. Just having a look here to see if there was anything in on that challenge with Rodgers. Not sure if he just slips over the... yeah, he was kind of lent into there by Garner, and he's got to be careful, of course, because he is on a booking, James Garner, so maybe perhaps a little fortunate to escape giving away a free kick in a very promising area there for Villa, so he's got to be careful. So 13 minutes after the interval then, nearing the hour mark, Unai Emery rubbing his chin, thinking of what he needs to do next to try and mastermind another Villa victory. Because Villa's record at Villa Park in the last 2 to 3 years has been absolutely exemplary. Not many times at all where they've lost at home. Free kick comes in from the left wing from Everton. Bogard heads the ball away. Runs out to Mikalenko. Everton just keep the ball in with Garner, but he can't keep the ball in play in the end. The ball goes over the byline. It's going to be a goal kick for Martinez to take. Waiting for the Argentinian international to take here. Also got in the up-and-coming days the return of the UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League as well, with the first games in that competition in 2026. That'll be taking place over Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday this coming week, so we've got that to look forward to. There'll be plenty of live flash score audio commentaries to listen to there throughout the week for you to listen to. Long ball pumped in by Everton. It's a loose ball there from Torres, and it's put McNeil in, and it's a shot that's palmed away by Martinez, and Everton have scored. Barry has scored here for Everton. It's Villa 0, Everton 1. It's not the most orthodox of goals, but Tierno Barry has given Everton the lead after 59 minutes. The ball was palmed out by Martinez. The quickest player to react was Tierno Barry, and Tierno Barry has put Everton 1-0 up here at Villa Park, and it all stemmed from a really poor piece of defending there by Pau Torres that allowed Everton in, and Everton have taken the lead here. Need to see a replay of the goal. It wasn't the most clear cut of finishes there. So long ball from Pickford actually came off the back of Barry. And it was just a heavy first touch there from Torres. Shot came in from McNeil, palmed away by Martinez, and it was the rebound was tucked home by Barry. That's actually a brilliant finish. He dinks the ball over Martinez. That's actually a brilliant finish there. So I thought at first he kind of just bundled the ball in. He doesn't at all. That's a beautiful finish. He dinks the ball over Martinez. And despite Ezri Konsa's best efforts, he can't stop the ball from going over the line. That's a beautiful finish from Barry. Just dinks the ball so sweetly over Martinez as he dives down. And it's Tieno Barry who's given Everton the lead here. So that's our first goal of the game, our first Premier League goal of the day. And it's fallen to Tieno Barry. He's given Everton the lead after 59 minutes played. And we're now up to the hour mark here. So it's Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. Tieno Barry with the goal for the Toffees. Now work to do here for Villa, because it wasn't long at all where I mentioned that it's very rare for Villa to lose at Villa Park in the last 2 to 3 years since Unai Emery took over. Everton going on the counter again here, just on this left hand side through Röhl. Plays the ball back to Grealish. Grealish looking to play a through ball in here, and Villa's defence are just able to clear the ball away. And now Villa look to go on the counter here. It's a long ball pumped up top. Watkins looking to chase the ball down, but it's good defending there by the number 15 O'Brien, and Pickford just keeps the ball in play. Past the hour mark now, into the 61st minute, and well, certainly got a game in our hands now. So Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. Half an hour to go, plus any stoppage time. Now Everton in possession again. McNeil, who had that initial shot, which was palmed away by Martinez, but it went right into the path of Barry. And it was a lovely dinked finish. He had to react very quickly. It was a beautiful dinked finish over the oncoming body there of Martinez. And the ball just had enough strength to get over the line before it could be cleared away properly. Lovely finish, and Barry has given Everton the lead. As it stands then, Villa would remain third, and behind Manchester City on goal difference. Everton would move up 2 places, I think, there to 10th, just inside the top half if they can hold on to a win. We've just got an Everton player down. It's McNeil. So he's picked himself back up now, though. It looks to be okay to continue, so Villa will now play the ball out from the back. But that goal all stemmed from that really heavy first touch from Torres, and it just allowed McNeil to get the shot in. And Unai Emery, I think, will be really disappointed with the manner of the goal that Villa conceded there, but they looking to push for a quick equaliser. Buendia just tracking back 30 yards out to the left hand side now, finds Maatsen just up to the 18-yard area. Now to Tielemans, will go for goal, but it's blocked straight away by Röhl, and it will go out for a throw-in for Villa. You've got to think that the Everton defence will be coming under a lot of pressure now, but it just means the Villa defence might have some more spaces there for Everton to exploit. It's going to be cash to take for the throw-in on the right-hand side for Villa, as Villa look for a quick equaliser. Long throw. It'll be cleared away by the Everton back line. Barry looking to chase the ball down. Pau Torres just getting ahead of him and takes the ball out of play. It's surely going to be a throw into Everton there, and it is. Unai Emery not looking best pleased at the moment here. As we now move into the 64th minute, Everton still have a full allotment of 5 subs that they can make. And Villa still have 4 more that they can make here. There's Villa without Daniel Marlon. He's now left to join Roma in Serie A. There's going to be a long throw for Everton to take now. The ball just been dried off here in pouring rain in Birmingham. Long throw then from the Toffees. Flicks off the head of Barry, but that's straight at Martinez. And Martinez releases the ball. Maatsen slips, and Everton regain possession through McNeil. He's had a good game, I think, for the Toffees. Work rate's been very, very good. Good pressing game as well. Ball goes all the way back to Pickford. It's the 65th minute. Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. Tieno Barry with the opening goal of the game. Offside called against Barry just there. And it's going to be a free kick to Villa, about 10 yards behind the halfway line, inside Villa's own half. And Villa will just play the ball just amongst their back line here. Torres, quick 1-2 with Konsa. Just a reminder that because of that Torres mistake, I don't think it was the best of goalkeeping either from Martinez. Just palmed the ball right into the path of the incoming Tieno Barry. Not a great goal to concede there from Villa's perspective. Loose ball runs out though, Gesson, and then Morgan Rogers blazes the ball over the bar from around 18 yards out. Villa look for this equaliser. I think you're going to see a pretty stretched game though in this final quarter of the match, and I think we're going to see a fair few chances, but I think that'll be for both sides here, because of course Villa's defence, as they push for an equaliser, will leave their defence a bit more open. We've seen England head coach Thomas Tuchel looking on. Plenty of English players within the starting 11s in this game to assess in tonight's match. Villa looking to play the ball out from the back now. Maatsen just been penned in though by Rill, and then Maatsen going down there in quite a bit of a heat. Seems to have really hurt himself there. There's a challenge that came in from Rill. Doesn't look like a card's come out from the referee. Just have a look at a replay to see exactly what happened there. And Maatsen. Ooh, yeah, that's. I think that might possibly be looked at again by VAR. The foot was up there by Rill. And it's kind of got the back of the leg quite high up as well, and he kind of drags his stud. I don't think he means to do it, but he drags his stud down the back of Maatsen's leg. But, well, play continues. A little bit surprised VAR's not followed that at all, but looks as if any VAR check has already come to an end. So, play continues here. Rogers just has the ball taken off him. Great challenge. Now Grealish looking to play an early ball in for Barry. Both teams just losing possession quite a lot here at the moment. We now go into the midway point of the second half. And Barry's just gone down. He now has stayed down as well. Top four Everton. As if he might need treatment here. He's still down on the pitch. Still waiting for the Everton physios to come on here. Have a look exactly how that's happened. We're just having a look actually on my monitor here of the goal that came in. That is a lovely finish though. Certainly did that a disservice when I first described the goal, because I thought he'd just kind of bundled the ball past Martinez, but it's a great finish. Lovely sweet dink over the goalkeeper, and the ball just had enough going for it to go over the line. Ezri Konsa tried his best to clear the ball away, but it all stemmed from that error there from Pau Torres. You could tell from his facial expression he knew it, but Tieno Barry with that goal there. But he's just receiving treatment now, so we'll see if he can continue here. And we're just waiting to see if he can continue. There were a few choice words there between both dugouts, but he seems to have calmed down. Looks as if so Barry has gone off, but he will be able to come back on. Now Maatsen, just on this left-hand side for Villa, plays the ball into the box and a shot comes in, but it's blocked by the Everton defence just in the nick of time. Now Villa back on the attack. Maatsen plays the ball in, but it's blazed over the bar by Morgan Rogers. He's had a few shots now and still not been able to unlock that Everton defence. Do get the feeling that we're going to have a bit of a grandstand last 20 minutes to this game. Definitely feel like there's more goals in it, but for who? Will it be for Villa or for Everton? Ball that came in from Maatsen, and Rogers just didn't show the composure needed and just blazed the ball. He actually had enough space to just actually trap the ball. Now we're going to see a double Villa change here. So Luca Dean is going to come on, and also the number 53, George Hemmings, is going to come on as well. I think we've only covered the commentary before on one game that is featured in. It was also off the bench, and I think that was only for just a few minutes. So I'll be interested to see how Hemmings gets on. But the tracksuit is off. It looks as if he's going to come on whenever the ball next goes out of play. The play continues here. Maatsen now surging down the halfway line. Now into the centre, about 30 yards out from the goal line. Plays the ball into the middle. Finds Rodgers. Now Watkins. Buendia. Watkins on the left-hand side, just going into the 18-yard box. Rodgers looking to weave his way past the defender to get the shot in, but runs out of space. Villa keep the ball, though. Now on the right-hand side of the 18-yard box to Cash. Now Bogart. Brings the ball into the centre. Maatsen on his left. Buendia. Everton really having to soak up a lot of pressure now. There's still 20 minutes to go plus stoppage time. It would be a fantastic away win for Everton if they can hold on to it. Torres plays the ball into the centre, comes off Gesson. Now Bogard, Cash on his right hand side, back to Bogard. Now in from the right wing, here it just crawls out and it's cleared away from Patterson. Patterson just boots the ball anywhere he can. He has to concede a corner. Now the referee appears to be telling the players that he's receiving word from VAR, so I'm just wondering exactly what's happened here, but it seems as if the referee is waiting for some further information here from his VAR officials. Was there a handball, maybe? I think that's the appeals, but it didn't look like there was a handball when I saw the first replay, so I don't think that's going to be looked at anymore. So it's going to be a corner then, so definitely won't be a penalty. So it's going to be a corner for Villa, just on this right-hand side. Taken short, just up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Now it's a right-wing delivery here, tries to find Gesson. Bogard trying to get the ball as well. Rodgers, oh, what a save by Pickford! What a save by Jordan Pickford to deny fellow England international Morgan Rodgers. That was a hell of an effort from Rodgers there. The ball was almost behind him as he hit it. An extraordinary 30-yard effort, and what a save from Pickford. Oh, Rodgers struck it so sweetly. That would have been an incredible goal, but instead, that was an incredible save from the England number one. He was at full stretch there, saves it with his left hand. What a save. I think that's genuinely one of the saves of the season. Fabulous save. It was a great shot. Now, Villa have made a double sub, so Maatsen and Bogard have gone off. So Luca Dean and George Hemmings has come on for Villa. Now into the 73rd minute. So Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. But Villa are really ramping up the pressure here. Corner comes in from Dean for his first touch. Headed away initially by the Everton defence. Runs out to Cash. Now back to Dean. Right-footed delivery. Just comes out to the edge of the 18-yard box here, and then it's fired in by Ezri Konsa. It actually takes a deflection off O'Brien, so it's going to be another corner for Villa. And Villa really ramping up the pressure here as they look for an equaliser. Tielemans was about to take it, but it's now going to be Cash, who again G's up the Villa crowd behind, trying to get them up for this, get some more support here. Into the 74th minute. Villa 0, Everton 1, but Villa working hard to get this equaliser. Cash. Well, that's straight at Pickford, though. Not a great delivery from the Polish international. And Pickford will take those all night long. Now Everton with Mikolenko. They've not actually made a sub yet, have they, Everton? No subs so far. Villa have now made 3, with Dean coming on for Maatsen just recently then, and Hemmings on for Bogard. So Villa have made 2 subs. Everton still have a full 5 that they can make here. 17 minutes to go. Luca Dean on this left-hand side, at 20 yards over the halfway line. Hemmings in the centre of midfield. So it looks as if Hemmings will play alongside Tielemans in the 2 in midfield, just ahead of the defence. Villa looking to thread the ball in here to Buendia. Can't find him though, and Everton will look to counter. That's a good challenge though. That's coming there by Konsa, I think it was. But the ball has now run back out to Everton on this right-hand side with Garner. Links up nicely with McNeil. Garner, that's a good ball down this right-hand side. Looking to play in the number 45, Armstrong. but it's cleared away by Concert, nice and calmly as well. Tielemans plays the ball to his right hand side, finds catch. Rodgers on the turn, pushed away by O'Brien. No free kick given though, that's a surprise. And now Rodgers has given away a free kick, and he's getting frustrated because he feels like he should have got a free kick only a moment before. And to be fair, I think Rodgers does have a point, and then Rodgers kind of just allows himself to run into Grealish, and that was always going to be a free kick, that one. So 15 minutes to go then. Rodgers cuts a frustrated figure. Of course, he was so close to scoring a beautiful goal just about 4 minutes ago. It led to a fantastic save from Jordan Pickford that keeps his side in front, and what a win this would be away from home for David Moyes' side. This win would see Everton creep up into the top half from 12th into 10th, and if Villa do lose they will remain third and behind second place Manchester City on goal difference. Shirt pull there from Buendia. It's another foul that Villa have conceded, and I think Villa are just getting frustrated here. Obviously that plays to Everton's advantage, because I think a lot of the Villa players are just getting a bit wound up. You feel like decisions aren't going their way. But Everton will be happy for that to happen. Now into the 77th minute then. Still Villa 0, Everton 1. Tieno Barry with the opening goal of the game just before the hour mark, after the ball was palmed away by Martinez, following a close-range shot from Dwight McNeil, following an error from Pau Torres, where he took a really heavy touch and the ball ran out from him in the centre of defence. So it was a pretty poor goal for Villa to concede, and if that is how they lose, Unai Emery will be sorely disappointed, I think, with the manner of that goal. But there's still time here for Villa to get back into this game. There's also time for Everton to find another and kill this game off completely. So it's on the knife edge here. Esri Konsa, then the Villa back line, back to Martinez, who's about 30 yards away now from his own goal line. Passes back out to Konsa. Now to Hemmings. Hemmings takes the ball up. It's a good run here. Hemmings goes for goal, but it's blocked straight away. Now it's cleared away by the Everton defence. Villa back in possession. Torres just on the halfway line. Now back to Buendia on his left-hand side. Now moves into the centre with his right foot. Tielemans about 35 yards away from the goal line. Konsa, every Villa outfield player inside Everton's half. Hemmings goes down. I think referee just says play on there. Guess on. Knocks the ball back to Hemmings. Oh, and Villa can't keep the ball in play. Just a stray pass there, but did it come off an Everton player last? I don't think it did, so it should be a defensive throw-in to Everton here. As time begins to run out for Aston Villa. They're just taking their time here with the throw. Only about 7 or 8 yards ahead of the corner flag here. Long throw, headed back by Hemmings for Villa. Now Villa just with a little bit of space to work into. Rodgers just trips over someone there, but again, nothing given from the referee. Play on. Ball goes back to Torres. His error, that led to the only goal of the game so far. Hemmings, they've been involved in a lot of the play since coming on here in the centre of midfield. Rodgers, just a challenge that came in there from Grealish, and it's going to be a throw-in for Villa, taken by Rodgers straight away. Now Hemmings. Martinez, 35 yards off his goal line, long way. Making sure Villa keep up the tempo here. Tielemans plays the ball through the middle. That's a lovely turn there from Emi Buendia. Buendia 20 yards out. He'll go for goal, but it's blocked straight away. Now Everton can hit Villa on the counter here, because Villa have committed plenty of players forward. Oh, and Barry just slips just at the wrong point there. He was about to chase that ball down on the left-hand side and potentially put Everton in a very good position, but he slipped just at that pivotal point. Everton back in possession though. Through ball attempted for Barry, but Martinez will win the race for the ball there. tries to find Luca Dean on this left-hand side. Ball runs out of play. Should be a throw to Villa, just over the halfway line that Luca Dean will take. Throw-in taken now. Torres wants to play the ball long over to the right-hand side. Finds Cash, gets past his man. Cash plays the ball in, but that will only be met by Tarkowski, and he just boots the ball out straight away. But the momentum continues for the hosts. They are still 1-0 down. So throw comes in. Now with Konsa. Plays the ball into the middle. Buendia has to play the ball up to Watkins, and Everton will just about deal with it here. Comes off Tarkowski last, and it will go back to Pickford. Everton 10 minutes away here from a brilliant victory. Not many teams at all over the past 2 to 3 years have won at Villa Park in any competition. This would be a tremendous win for David Moyes' side if they can hold on here, but you imagine that the Everton defence are going to have to soak up a lot of pressure here. Ball comes in now to Dean on the left-hand side. He's got a lot of space to work into. Delivery comes in, aimed at the far post. Now falls to Rodgers. Rodgers with a right-wing delivery here. Tries to find Evan Gesson. Luca Dean with an overhead kick there. That does actually go towards goal, but it's claimed comfortably by Jordan Pickford. So Villa leading the charge, but still cannot unlock Everton's defence. The closest they've come to a goal was Evan Gesson's looping header that came off the bar towards the end of the first half. Villa playing the ball through the middle. They're on the attack again. Watkins and it's a heavy touch there from Buendia. That puts that attack dead. And Everton will try and make the most of that. McNeil passes square to Röhl. Now to the left-hand side with Grealish. Grealish plays the ball back to the halfway line. Now again, the England international goes down. Foul conceded by Hemmings. Just a little shove though. No cards shown there for George Hemmings. So now coming towards the 83rd minute. Time running out here for Villa. It's still Aston Villa 0, Everton 1 after that goal just before the hour mark from Tieno Barry. And looks as if Everton are about to make their first changes of the game. Still not made any so far, but I think when the ball next goes out of play, there'll be a couple of subs made. But Everton in possession with their defence here. O'Brien will go long down the left-hand side. Headed away by Cash, but possession goes back to the Toffees. Now with Röhl. Plays the ball back to Mikolenko. Villa win the ball back though through Gesson. Gesson goes down. It's pushed over, and it's going to be a free kick to Villa. Unai Emery urging his side on here. Again, we mentioned this before, but if Villa were to lose to Everton 1-0, Emery will be so disappointed with the way in which they lost, because it's a poor goal to concede from Villa's perspective. But the goal scorer is going to come off here for Everton, so Tieno Barry is going to come off for Everton. And we're just about to see who is going to be replaced by here. We're waiting confirmation, but it looks as if there's going to be a double change for Everton, I think. So Barry definitely off, and he's replaced by Beto. So Beto, Everton's number 9, has come on for him. Looks as if it's just the one change then so far from David Moyes. Villa on their next attack. Torres. And very heavy touch there. It's the first time from the Spanish centre-half. And Buendia can't then control the ball properly because it comes at him with such pace. So just confirmation of that Everton sub then. So Beto has replaced Tieno Barry for the last few minutes. So Everton still have 4 more subs that they can make here. And the throw is going to be taken by Patterson just over the halfway line. Just inside Villa's half. Now into the 85th minute. And looking to keep the ball on this right-hand side. Now Villa have won back possession. Rodgers plays the ball into the centre circle. Finds Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins just trying to get ahead of Garner. Keeps the ball. Oh, but it's a poor ball in the end from the England international. Looking to play in Buendia. goes nowhere near him. And it's looking like it's going to be a bit of a miserable Sunday evening here for Aston Villa. Time really beginning to run out now if they're going to salvage a point here. In the 85th minute, Patterson to take the throw in for Everton. Goes long up towards the halfway line, hooked away by Tielemans. And now Hemmings just gets ahead of Röhl. Back to Conster inside the centre circle. Now Torres to Dean. Down that left-hand side. Finds Buendia. Rodgers. Now Tielemans. And Tielemans trying to play the through ball there down the middle. Far too much weight on it though. The ball runs harmlessly out of play and it'll be a goal kick for Pickford. So Villa's best opportunities have been the looping header that came back off the bar from Gesson. There was also that brilliant 30-yard attempt from Morgan Rodgers that led to a stupendous save from Jordan Pickford. Those have been Villa's best chances. But Everton are on the verge here of a very impressive victory on the road. They've got 5 more minutes plus stoppage time to hold on to here. So Villa on this left-hand side, Buendia just inside Villa's half. Buendia back to Hemmings. Now Hemmings to Conster. About 5 yards behind the halfway line. Pressing from Everton. They know they're almost there here. Cash will take the ball into both hands here as he takes the throw-in. Just now going past the 86th minute. Still Villa 0, Everton 1 at Villa Park in this last Premier League game of the day. Long ball in, pumped into the 18-yard box from Torres. Comes off Gesson last. And it will be a goal kick for Everton to take. Also not often at all that Villa failed to score at Villa Park as well. So this would be a really excellent win for David Moyes' side if they can hold on. We're almost there. Just a reminder that the Africa Cup of Nations final takes place it kicks off in just under an hour's time. It's between host nation Morocco. They're up against Senegal. There'll be flash score commentary of that. And also tomorrow night there'll be flash score commentary coverage of the Premier League game between Brighton and Hove Albion and AFC Bournemouth. Back here though at Villa Park. Delivery in there from Buendia, trying to find Rodgers. Cleared away though by the Everton defence. Getting desperate now here for Villa as Everton look to hit Villa on the counter through Beto, who's come on as substitute. Beto goes into the 18-yard box there, but he can't keep the ball in play. Hemmings does just enough to make sure Beto can't keep the ball in play. There's good work there by the youngster. He also slipped at a bit of a pivotal point as well. But the ball just ran away from Beto before he could keep the ball in. He would have had a great chance there to have killed the game off for the Toffees. But it's going to be a goal kick then for Martinez. Martinez goes short and will now bring the ball out over the D to Conser. We're just coming into the 88th minute now. Villa 0, Everton 1. Still just that goal from Tierno Barry just before the hour mark. That has given Everton a precious lead here. Conser now to Tielemans, just over the halfway line. Looking to play in Cash, goes past his man, Matty Cash, plays the ball square to Buendia, tries to turn, but runs out of space, but Villa now back in possession. Rodgers has got 2 Everton players around him, wants to play the ball into Cash, puts the ball into the area, no one there in the right position though for Villa in a claret and blue shirt, and Everton can just soak up the pressure. Now possession of the ball comes back to Villa. Rodgers on the right of centre, about 15 yards over the halfway line. Everton regain the ball though. 90 seconds until we reach the 90th minute. And the referee gives a foul. It's going to be a free kick to Everton, just over the halfway line. Everton have still only brought on 1 sub, by the way. Beto coming on for Barry. They've still got 4 more subs that they can make. Villa have still got 2 more that they can make here. Doesn't look as if a sub is on the horizon though for either side. Now less than 90 seconds to go then before we reach the 90th minute here. Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. Unai Emery watches on in the rain. Could be a rare defeat for him at Villa Park here. on the verge of happening. Long ball pumped up the top then by Everton. Headed away by Dean. Just kept in play there by Buendia. Goes down. Referee plays advantage. Goes back to Everton's midfield. Tarkowski will just pass the ball back to Pickford. We'll be finding out very soon how much stoppage time there's going to be. I'm going to guess at 5, I think, for how much stoppage time we're going to have. It's my gut instinct, so we'll see how wrong I'm going to be. I'm going to go for 5. Hemmings takes the ball into the centre circle. We're about to find out now how much stoppage time. We're going to have 4, so we're going to have 4 minutes of stoppage time here. We've just started that stoppage time now, so just under 4 minutes to go. Can Villa find a very late equaliser, or will Everton hold on? Or can they even grab another to kill the game off completely? Ball runs out of play. Came off Tielemans last. The ball back in possession here with Everton. Just need to keep hold of the ball, and when in the final third, just run it into the corner and close this game out. So we're on the verge of a fabulous victory here on the road. As we said before, not many teams at all pick up wins at Villa Park. Not within the last couple of years, 2 to 3 years that Unai Emery has been in charge. So 3 minutes to go then of stoppage time. A long pause here, not too sure why, but now the play resumes. Torres just heads the ball out from Villa's back line. Referee has given a free kick.